Welcome back to Plastic Surgery Untold, greatest podcast in the world is voted by us. We got our celebrity cast back, talking about one of the hottest new devices that we're bringing to APS in 2024, Sofwave. And this is all about the weight loss revolution and really how we're going to treat skin laxity. I think skin laxity is going to be one of the biggest solutions that we're going to have to solve in 2024. Before we jump into it, let's talk about, let's have our cast introduced. We got the one and only Dr. Arredondo joining us.
Hey guys, good to be here. Thanks for having me, Dr. Franco. Always a pleasure.
Sarah?
Hey guys, so happy to be back. I'm one of the nurse injectors here and excited for these new topics in the new year.
Hi everybody, I'm Nikki. Happy New Year, esthetician, and ready to get started.
And I'm Jenna, also one of the nurse providers at the practice, and also very excited to share all about Sofwave.
Awesome. Let's talk about what Sofwave actually is. And so, Sarah, maybe jump in, tell people what Sofwave is and why we're excited about it, because there's so many devices out there. Why bring something else on?
Yeah, this is really exciting, guys. This is a device that uses ultrasound technology, very minimal, if almost no downtime. Nikki touched on this in a different podcast, so check out our structural synergy episode. But it doesn't actually break the skin, so really great. You can get right back to workouts, makeup almost right away, and you can use it on almost any skin type. So really great for everybody. The procedure itself takes about 30 to 45 minutes, and the studies have shown significant improvement after just one treatment, but might be something that we'll do a series as well. So we'll come up with a plan for you. But really using that ultrasound to stimulate that collagen and elastin, provide that structural support, we're going to see skin tightening. We're going to see overall improvement in texture. We're going to see lifting. So specifically in like the eyebrows, if we're getting a little bit of skin laxity in the face, and even in areas like the butt and thighs and knees, I'm super excited to use it there. So opportunities are almost endless.
And she touched on it a little bit, but talked about where is Sofwave good for? Like, what areas can you treat?
Honestly, I think most people, when they think of these aesthetic treatments, they immediately think about face and neck, but this is a treatment we can use all over the body because as time goes on, as we lose that collagen and elastin, as we lose weight, things like that, we start to notice changes everywhere. So a treatment we can definitely use wherever you have a concern of loss of or skin laxity and things of that nature.
I'm super excited, especially in the lower extremities, to be able to see this in combination with treatments like Ovally and some other things in terms of that, because butt, thighs are so hard to treat. And Dr. Arredondo knows there's not, I think for some of the massive weight loss stuff, I think there are some great surgical treatments, but even those don't treat some of the fine texture, don't treat some of the stuff around the knees. Those areas can be super challenging for us.
No, absolutely. Those are areas where it's hard to hide scars sometimes. Even if you're trying to do, maybe we'll take out some volume, you're not treating the right problem. The real problem is that skin laxity, and that's something that weight loss does to people when it happens rapidly, or, just life in general, like Jenna was saying. And so we have to make sure that we're treating each problem individually. So, it's skin laxity is one major problem, volume another, dimpling or cellulite another. And so as long as we're doing all of those in the right way, then we're doing a good job. And the Sofwave is something that we looked into a lot, I think almost a year ago, just as a part of our luxury legs package to try to expand our patients. But now that we have so many weight loss patients, it just made so much sense to just go ahead and jump on it and do it this year, I think.
Hey, Nikki, who would be a good candidate for a Sofwave treatment? Because I think a lot of people are listening. There's so many options out there. Like, who would you say, like, what specific problems? Who would this be a great treatment for? To start the year off right.
Yeah, basically anybody, all skin types, tones. Since it doesn't break the skin, there's no really low risk of hyperpigmentation for darker skin tones. Anyone that's wanting to tighten, laxity, texture, anyone that's wanting to address any of those concerns is a good candidate.
And I think that there's a couple things that are super interesting because this doesn't get rid of the need for other treatments. And we talked about it in one of our other episodes. I think this is something that could be a standalone treatment, and I think you're going to see a lot more of this on the weight loss revolution, a combination treatment. And so because the Sofwave can be minimal downtime, can really hit some of those deep dermises. I think the fact that, especially here in Texas, that you can use it in the summer, you can use it in the winter, you can use it on all skin types is absolutely huge. But you can also combine this with Ovally for cellulite. You can combine this with biostimulants to increase that collagen. I think the opportunities to include this in your overall, weight loss revolution solutions is going to be priceless.
I think the other thing that's important to keep in mind too is it's not something that you want to wait till you necessarily have a problem. Like it's something that, especially using our treatment program, as soon as you start to see the signs of that skin laxity, it's something you want to jump on. And that's when these have a huge impact because they just kind of keep you ahead of the game instead of playing catch up, which is always a hard place to be in.
We talked about one of our other episodes. I mean, if I could change one thing, I wish that I had started, some of my skin laxity treatments a little bit sooner in my journey, because these non-invasives are absolutely fabulous, but it takes a while for that collagen to stimulate. It takes a while. And most of them, and maybe Nikki, catch us up a little bit, most of these end up being a series of treatments. And if you're actively still losing weight, you're going to need more treatments because you got to keep holding that line until you get stable.
Yes. As with everything, to get your best result, you'd want to do a series of either 3, 6, just depending, everyone's different. And then it does take, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, sometimes 12 weeks for that collagen to produce and actually fully see results. So, you want to keep that wound response cascading and going to get your best results. And then, you're not going to see it for a little bit, but you will see it.
Yeah, I think some people are always afraid, so I'm going to do something now, and I'm not, like, say, December, not going to see changes till March or something like that. I don't think that's necessarily the case. What happens is it just builds slowly over time. And so you may see your maximal results 3 months from now, but that doesn't mean it's not working, kind of holding that line like we were talking about.
That's where your before photos, I think, are so important, because just like losing weight, you see yourself every day and it's really hard to see those changes. So don't be afraid to jump in, start early. If we're talking about the summer, like we said, let's start now. Let's take some really good before and after photos. We're going to see you probably every 4 to 6 weeks to work on this plan. Each time you're going to see slow changes. But definitely, I think the right candidate is somebody who is open to very natural results. Our goal is always for you to look like you. We just want you to look better, right? It's not going to give you a surgical result, but it is absolutely going to be noticeable. You're absolutely going to see visible improvements. We want it to be worth it for you, and you just have to give it some time. So I say most of these results or these treatments, I see the best results 6 to 12 weeks after your final treatment, right? So you'll see small improvements as we go, but your best results are only going to continue to improve, because we can't stop you from aging, right? But we want to slow down the process. So like Dr. Franco said, if you're still losing weight or we're all still aging, you may want to continue these, down the road, even after you finish that series. But that's where we can come up with that plan.
I've seen some of these before and afters. I don't know. You're going to have Dr. Weinfeld to run for his money, I think.
And I think this is what's so cool and why it's so important, if you're on this weight loss journey stuff, of trying to see one of your providers so soon, because there's a treatment plan that you can come up with that's going to address those needs with so many options out there. And then I think most people don't realize that sometimes that plan just tweaks, or you have to audible if we're in playoff football season right now, and really kind of convert depending on how your skin's reacting. Also, too, if you're outside of the weight loss revolution, unfortunately, our skin doesn't get thicker, doesn't get more elastic, doesn't rebound more, doesn't get none of those things happen as we age. And most of us here in Texas with the sun and so forth, and most of us, if we grew up like me, you got your first good sunburn at the beginning of the summer and then kind of went from there. So we used and abused our skin over the last, I'm gonna say 40 years for me. It's been a challenge. To kind of summarize some of the Sofwave, I'm gonna go around the room and ask everybody what they're most excited about for Sofwave, for our patients in 2024. But I think the biggest things and reasons I was so excited about is, one, helping all of our patients in the weight loss revolution actually have solutions to be fit and fabulous. So I think Sofwave solutions, for weight loss revolutions is going to be absolutely key. I think the idea that you can use it on your face, neck, body, like tummy, arms, thighs, buttock, in combination with some of those treatments, and then all the way down the legs, because I think lower extremity is going to be super challenging. I think arms are going to be challenging. You're going to see some of those tummy tuck areas that don't want to do tummy tucks. I think those are going to be absolutely fabulous. And then, of course, doing these in combination treatments, but the minimal downtime and the availability to be able to do it in patients with all skin types, I think is going to be absolutely priceless, as we actually have a very wide variety of patients and needs in our practice. Sean, what are you most excited?
I'm excited because I feel like I have patients that just want a variety of options, and skin laxity is probably the number one issue that we face. And so just a variety of places we can apply this: legs, body, face, everywhere. It's just going to be such a game changer for our patients. So something I looked for, I think we were looking at it over a year ago. And so I was really excited when I heard we finally pulled the trigger.
Dr. Franco, I'll say you took most of the high topics. So let me, but what I am most excited about is y'all know that I love treating the lower body, butt, thighs, cellulite. You know, I love ovally. So I am super excited about adding this to that luxury legs package. That is something that I love doing. I see a ton of y'all for that. So I'm so excited to have another tool in my toolbox to continue to improve a complex area with non-surgical solutions.
I am very excited that it is safe for all skin types and all skin tones, no matter what. It does not create an injury or break in the skin. So that takes a lot of worry off my plate. I won't be at home laying in bed worrying about you if you've been touching your face or clean hands or clean dirty phone on your face. You know, it just takes a lot of the risk factors out, and you're still going to see that great result.
Love that.
I think we all kind of talked about how it can be used as a combination therapy, and we've talked about surgery versus this treatment, but what's cool is we can actually do it on a lot of our post-surgical patients too who want to tweak and kind of fine-tune some things. I know we see a lot of patients for biostimulatory treatments regarding that as they continue along in their process. And also just the fact that we're able to like have a issue and restore that structural support. We're fixing the issue at the core, and that's just going to help keep you looking great.
Yeah, Jenna, that's a great point because, you know, we can cut out skin, we can do a tummy tuck, we can do a breast lift, but sometimes those things do not restore collagen. And so having the ability to restore that collagen post-surgically is also going to be huge for our patients.
And something you and I, Sean, have talked about, even combining some of these treatments in surgery. And now that we have our facility tied to our office, I think the opportunity for patients to be able, while they're under anesthesia, you know, a lot of our patients, we do lipo, we do fat transfer, but that doesn't address the back of the thighs, doesn't address the knees. And so I think now being able to offer, you know, Sofwave, RF migraine, these things for some of these areas that are maybe a non-surgical area, I'm super excited about, something that we're really going to start combining. You're going to see us talking a lot about during surgery time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
People already have the time off, so trying to make the most of it. And I think that's also too why you see so many of these combination treatments. Can you do them separately? Sure, but most of us live a very busy lifestyle. This post-pandemic, it's really hard for people to get time off work. So I think for most of us, the faster we can get to our goal, the more excited we're going to be. And so everything we can do to kind of get you safely to a good spot with that.
Absolutely.
Awesome, too. Well, I appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, Sofwave is something that we're super excited. One of the most exciting treatments that we're bringing to APS in 2024. We got a few more coming up soon, so don't go anywhere. But Plastic Surgery Untold, greatest podcast in the world, as voted by us. Get us anywhere you download your favorite podcast: iHeart, Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, of course. If you want to see our pretty faces, also of our different outfits, Jenna and Sarah rocking out the shoes. We got a sparkly and a brown something, black something.
Two-tone.
Stuff. Yeah, two-tone. Yeah, those things. Please check us out on YouTube. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.